What is up, everybody? Mako Tensei back at it again with another unboxing video. Now, today I decided to pull out all my Persona 1 stuff to show you guys. Less collector's edition-y, more just extremely rare shit, or just uncommon to find generally, because obviously Persona 1 only saw its grand success in Japan when it originally launched, and it was the best-selling Persona game up until Persona 5 came out. Really, it was. Yeah, it was then obviously overshadowed by Persona 5, and nowadays people don't really look at this one, which is unfortunate, because I think this is one of the coolest games in the franchise that just people don't give enough credit to. Now, of course, I have all of other stuff that I will show you guys in just a few minutes. This is probably going to be a shorter video, because I don't have that much, but I do have what I do have is really cool. So of course I'm going to be accompanied by my little figure of Persona 1 protagonist. I like to call him Naoya because that's the name from the manga, which I will actually show you a volume of in just a second. But yeah, this is a pretty cool one from Kuposkit, I think is how you pronounce the company. But yeah, I remember buying this in Japan like 2 years ago, and it was buying it brand new just to support the Persona 1 IP specifically, because I want a remake of this so bad. Atlus, please, if any of you guys are watching, please remake this first, above all else. I know Persona 3 remake just came out, but please make this the next one. Anyways, a very cool figure. I'll give you a closer look, actually, how better quality. But anyways, probably what most of you clicked on this video for is this. This is Persona 1 PC release. The Windows 95 version of Persona 1, yes. This is fuck you rare. Like, this, it's mega hard to find. You will not find this on like auction sites on the western side of the internet very much. The best you're gonna do is maybe find some like scraps of paper from it, maybe like a piece of like, I don't know, the manual or something, but you're not gonna find the whole bitch. The way to get this is you need to live in Japan and you need to check the auction sites every day, and you're still probably gonna have to pay an exuberant amount, which I paid more than I would like, but it wasn't as much as I was probably expecting to eventually pay, so I was happy to just buy this. But yeah, let me just give you a closer look at this right here, like so. Has Persona written on the bottom. Has Megami Ibunroku Persona written on the spine. Of course, Windows 95, and the back is like such. Of course, explaining every single detail. This spine has Naoya looking at us with his fuck me eyes. Of course, the top also says Persona, and the inside, actually, this also has Naoya without the text. But yeah, I still have the bubble wrap in here just to protect it, because it is a rare thing. Here I have the disc itself for the game. Very fancy, very cool. It shows, I think, Vishnu, I think it's supposed to be. Yeah, very, very cool. I'm probably misremembering. I think it's some other Persona, but it's still really nice. I'm seeing my fingerprints on there, but anyways, oh, I just noticed something on the bottom of the box. There's a little hee-ho. look at that. Is there one on the top? No, it's a jack. It's a pyro jack on the top. Very, very nice. Okay, the manual itself is in black and white, but it's massive, as always with PC releases. I always mention this. PC releases back in the day were basically collector's editions, so yeah, it's very robust and adjusted. Here you see the Persona 1 Windows 95 installation screen, which is cool. What does this person have on the desktop? Microsoft Network, probably some work computer that they have to install it on. Come on, I want to show it in its entirety. Come on, flick over. Okay, cool. Yeah, here you have the repeating pattern of Jack Frost in the background and the installation screens, like such. Here you have Pyro Jack. Yep. And let's keep going. More installation screens for Persona 1. And they really went over the install section very much. Look at this fucking controller. What is this abomination? Oh my god. I guess back in the day you didn't really have many options, but I guess if you needed a controller to play the game with, and you didn't want to use mouse and keyboard. And also this monstrosity. What even is this? Good? What do you mean good, Igor? This is a... What is this? It looks like a CDI controller. Oh my god, it looks like a nunchuck as well, I guess you could compare it to. But yeah, here we have, I guess, some applications that come with the stuff. So this is screensaver, a phone, Igor's phone, I guess. Yeah, very nifty stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of like extras included in this. There's calendars with each character. Yeah, some bonus stuff. Look, he looks weird on this image, actually. Let's flick over. Here we have another popular image of Igor. You're used to seeing this one in color, probably, but yeah, they included this one here. A full map of I want to say Mikamicho, but that's not right. I remember the American name Lunar Vale, but I don't remember what the Japanese name of the town was. Oh, whatever. Hiro, Maki Sonomura, of course, the main two. Yep, are... by the way, this will have weird spelling for the characters, so brace yourself for one in a minute. It'll be very funny. Yeah, Kei Nanjo. They did that a lot with, like, English text back in the day. I know, Jotaro in JoJo also was spelled with Kujo, with a H at the end. Nowadays you don't really see that very often, but yeah, that was very common back in the day. Hidehiko Uesugi, Eriko Kirishima, Takahisa Kandori, Saeko Takami, Yuka Ayase. Very, very normal so far, right? We'll see what I'm talking about later. I'll show you guys later, but I guess it's probably later on in the manual. But yeah, more so just going over the main game itself. Yep, all this stuff. Neat. These pages are probably going to be more descriptive of like the general gameplay and stuff. I'm pretty sure you can find scans of this online as well. As much as this is rare, people do own this. People got into Persona before it got big, obviously, so a lot of people managed to scoop these up before they dried up. I thankfully managed to get this about 2 years ago when I lived in Japan, and I was just scouring the auction sites. Just every day I would just go looking up Persona PC, Persona Windows, Kyujugo. And eventually I found this copy, which is very nice, very clean, no problems with this one. There is one piece missing from this though, unfortunately. I do not have the card, the Igor card that's supposed to come with this. Each Japanese release of a Megami Tensei game from Atlus included a Megami Tensei trading card game card, and this one included Igor. I do not have that card, and it's probably very uncommon to find those complete because people just removed them and put them in their decks. Same with a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh games. You will not find all of them usually included like a card, and any Yu-Gi-Oh game you get second hand now will not include those cards because obviously people put them in their decks. So that's the unfortunate part of it. Yeah, sorry for that pause. There was a lot of people suddenly around my room, so I couldn't really record because there was a lot of noise. Anyways, back to the thing. I kind of lost my train of thought. I'm not sure what I was talking about before, but yeah, I think it was something about Yu-Gi-Oh cards not being included with the games. But yeah, let's keep going here. I'll try to make this brief because I've just remembered where the funny spelling is, and it's not in the manual. It's not in this manual. It is in a magazine, which I'm gonna have to pull out in a second because I do want to show you guys that too. But yeah, here's the greedy fairy. A lot of status ailments, explaining what they are. Honestly, this is pretty helpful because it can get confusing when you're looking for like a cure for for an affliction, and you're like, what the fuck does this actually mean? And yeah, here's some basic gameplay of the PC version. Honestly, it's going to be the same as the PS1 version for the most part. You're not really going to be finding anything new here. But yeah, some early maps of some areas, it seems like. Index. Yep, and last page, some staff roll. Yep, easily hee-ho for the ending here. There's a few extra pieces of paper, which are very interesting. I'll go over this in a second. But yeah, basic like Gotui, I think it's what it says. Yeah, but warning. And of course the mailing card, which actually someone filled out, I guess. But yeah, at least in portion, maybe that was just, maybe it just came like that. But yeah, let's open this up and just have a quick look at what's inside, if you're curious what is in the mailer for the game. But yeah, here's an advertisement for Devil Summoner digital collection. Yeah, very neat stuff. On the back you have Maki, and yeah, it's very cool. So that was that for the Persona 1 a PC release. Again, as I said, very rare, very uncommon. If you find it in a wild somehow somewhere, buy it. You're probably gonna have to pay like way over $100 for this, if not more. But yeah, it's only gonna climb in value because this is like this is an enigma. You will never find this in the wild. But I will pause here and I'll show you what I meant with the funny spelling. Yep, so here we have the Dengeki PlayStation magazine. Of course, this one focusing on Persona 1, and yeah, this was the one I got specifically. All advertisers Kingsfield on the back. I've never played those games. I've always been curious about them though. They look very interesting. But yeah, specifically, let me just flick over to the section we care about. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII, whoa, greatest RPG of all time. A lot of interesting stuff, some dating Soul Calibur. What else? I'm looking for the Persona section. Wait, what was that poster actually? I'm curious. Michael Jordan, I think. I don't know sports. I'm sorry. Okay. Return to Zork. That game is funny actually. But I am looking for something in particular, and that is the Persona 1 section. Whenever we get to it, I guess enjoy the flick through of this obscure 90s video game magazine from Japan. But yeah, hopefully there's no boobies in here. There shouldn't be, honestly. At least I don't think so. But what does it say? Go RPG. Yes, Go RPGs. There it is. There's the Persona 1 spread. Of course, advertising Persona 1. And over here, I think was the funny spelling, if I find it. Did I skip it already? Where did I find it? Where was the funny? Interesting. There was a funny spelling of something that Igor was saying that I can't remember where the hell I found it. I could have sworn it was in here. But yeah, I might be just making things up at this point, because can't find it anywhere in this magazine. So yeah, I mean, there's a few other things that we're going to go through, so maybe we'll find it in some other thing. But yeah, here's the ad for Persona 1 as well, another one, and yeah. Well, here's Tecmo's Deception. Anyways, let's cut over to the next thing. Actually, just before we move on, I found this little page covering Persona 1. It's very cute. It's got the drawings of the main cast and everything. It's very cute, and Bishonen, a very Bishonen looking main character right here. But yeah, this is very, very neat. Just felt the urge to include that as well. Okay, I found it funny. It's in the manual of the first game in Japanese. Here it is. Igorl. I don't know if anyone finds this as funny as me, but like, holy shit, Igorl. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, let me cut back to the main part of the video. Okay, from one obscurity to the next, here we have the original soundtrack for Persona 1. This specific release is quite hard to find sometimes, but it's obviously not as sought after, so it's you probably won't be paying much for it if you find it. But yeah, here's our usual art of our protagonist. I like this whole composition of this box. It's very nice. But yeah, let me open this up, and we have the disc itself. Nothing too crazy. It's kind of ugly actually. If I gotta say so myself. Here's just game, just game. On here we have the manual for the soundtrack. If you need some instructions, I'm pretty sure this has like messages from the creators. A message from Nanjo, Joe who? Anyways, Sorry, Persona, message from the writers, very neat, nifty stuff. Some production stuff, I guess. Introduction to sound. I love English, I really do. Okay, what's ahead? Recording report. Very cool. Yep. Very nifty, very nice, and some of the last page right here with some art of the personas. Yep, that's the manual. This also has a mini disc. Probably should be holding it like that, but yeah, it's upside down. Yeah. Very, very neat, very cool. I don't know what it's for, but hey, it's an extra. Okay, this is actually a sticker. Yeah, very old sticker, but it's never been on stock, and I just kind of don't want to touch it. So I'm just to leave it complete. Here's stickers from the company. If you care about First Smile Entertainment that much, you want to plaster them all over your entertainment suite, you know, go for it. Just another mailing card. Nothing crazy. Disc 2 of the soundtrack, of course. Very neat. And more game. The case itself it plasters the logo of the company so much. It's kind of cringe, if you ask me. But whatever. Putting this stuff back here. I'll put the manual on top, and I guess the disc on top of that. That was the soundtrack. Again, very, very cool release. And let's move on over to the next thing. Okay, I said that this was going to be a shorter video. It might actually not be, but here we have the collector's edition of Persona 1 PSP. Now, I don't have the box, unfortunately, but this is all it really consists of, the game and the soundtrack. So, obviously, here's the PSP game itself, Persona. Shinigami Tensei Persona. Experience the start of the acclaimed Persona series, yes. This is rare nowadays, ain't it? Very unfortunate, because this game used to be like £10. Very, very cheap thing. Yeah, here's the game UMD. Very nice. Of course, the manual. It should be in color, right? Yeah. It's the description of the game. Very neat. I'm gonna kind of glance through it, because you can find PDFs of this online, I'm sure. But yeah, very high quality physical release in terms of like production quality, because it's in color. I think American games, more often than any other region, usually print things in color. In Asia and Europe, it's sometimes not as common, and obviously it's the least common in Europe, because we like to go and do things on the cheap. But yeah, cool release nevertheless. Alice Faithful, and the back of the manual, and the inside art is just some butterflies, which I guess probably is a reference to Philemon. But yeah, very small section there. I'll put UMDs like this. Yeah, this never came out in Europe, unfortunately, which is fucked up, because they released Persona 2 in Europe. Ghostlight, what were you doing back then? Anyways, let's have a quick glance over to the Persona 1 soundtrack for the PSP. A lot of people hate on this soundtrack. I don't mind these renditions. It's whatever. You can mod the PS1 soundtrack back to the games nowadays, so it's not a problem. Yeah, we have the disc 1 of the soundtrack. Let me flick it over. Oops. Flick it over to disc 2. I guess this fell apart. And here's the message from Shoji Meguro, who is not the composer of the original Persona, but for some reason he felt the need to have a whole statement in here. And here's the description of what is included. Let me just put this back together. At least it's not too hard. And anyways, let me not cut. Let me just flick over to the one of the last things. Has one more thing that I want to show afterwards, but yeah, I only have volume 1 of this. But yeah, Persona 1 manga, the Japanese release. Very cool stuff. Yes, I wonder if this came out in French. But yeah, here's Nanjo getting flipped off. And yeah, very nifty, very cool. Let me show you what it looks like about its obi. Okay, I lost my train of thought again because my mom walked into the room for some reason. Okay, here's the inside without the obi. No color, same thing as on the obi, but with no text. Very neat. The obi itself consists of these two things. Nice. Let me just put this together again. And yeah, I guess let's just have a flick through it. By the way, I think this is the older release of the manga. There was a reprint actually very recently, I think like a year or two ago, of Persona 1 in Japan, of course only. They never bothered localizing it. But yeah, it's of course I urge you search out for the scans and have a read through this. A lot of people really say this is a better way of consuming the story of Persona 1, and it has extra details where they didn't exist in the game. But in my opinion, the game is still better. I really don't agree with the sentiment. That's all I want to say. But it's a really good supplementary thing if you're already a fan of Persona 1. And some people use this as a substitute. I don't agree with that. Please play Persona 1. Stop being hard-ass about it. Play it. And the last thing we want to go over is the game itself. This is the Japanese original. And yeah, nothing too crazy. It's very cheap online. You can still get this, and it's not a problem. It says Persona in English on the spine. And yeah, here's the spine card. And the extra details that come with it. Here's the mailing card. Yep, Persona 1. Cool. This also, I think, comes with a Megami Tensei trading card game, which I don't own, but, oh well. Some advertisements. Neat stuff. And here's the manual I pulled out earlier for the e-girl, but let's go through it properly. Have a flick through it like so. It's on a story. There's the... Damn it, come on. Yep. The actual images in color. The map of the town. Maki Sonomura. Yukino Mayuzumi. Yeah, everyone's name is spelled fine. Nanjo with a H this time. Sometimes it's Nanjo, Joe Mama. But yeah, whatever. Did I skip a page? Yes. Showing the PS1 controller, the classic one. Yeah. Forgive the lighting, actually. I'm recording this a little later than I usually would. But, yeah. Very neat. Dungeon. Advanced map. Magic. Yeah, there's not really much for me to add at this point. I kind of went over most of the... Here's e-girl again. Went over most stuff in regards to Persona 1. I really love this game so much, and I really wish more people would give it a chance, because I think a lot of people have a lot of preconceived notions about this game. And seriously, like, clear your head, get your head in a fresh perspective, be open to a fresh perspective, and just give this game a shot. Try not to think about it as like, oh, it's the first game of the Persona series, it's jank or whatever. It's not. It really isn't. It was very successful for a reason. This had acclaim, you know? This was loved by people who played it. I'm talking about the Revelations version, of course. The Revelations Persona version is a bit oof. I mean, I encourage you to try it out as well. If you have a PS1 Mini, then, you know, obviously that's a way of playing Persona 1 PS1, but, you know, give it a chance, even if it is through the PSP version. The PSP version is probably the better way of doing it nowadays because of the quality of life features, but, yeah. Is there anything else other than just the repeat of what we went over in the PC versions manual? But just in color? Seems like no. Yeah, there's the maps again of some areas. Here's the graphs, here's Jack Frost, and here's the protagonist. Bing bang boom, we are done. Here's the close-up of the cover art, and yeah, the front cover is just warning information. So yeah, well, actually I got it out of the slidey bit. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. This was still a long video, but not as long as some other ones that I shot recently. What did you guys think? Did I convince you to play Persona 1, or are you still gonna just read the manga and just move on to Persona 2? Well, I hope you reconsider that, but anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, and support me on Ko-Fi if you enjoy this content. I do this nearly every day. Tomorrow's Christmas. Well, tomorrow? Christmas is in 2 days, actually. But yeah, tomorrow I might still make a video, but day after that, obviously, is going to be a little difficult because, you know, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, probably not going to have the opportunity to shoot anything. But, yeah, please tune in a few days. I should be back to doing this daily again. But, yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.